by and large, we are pain averse. And in that pain aversion, we try to kind of push pain into other places, into other people, or we cope in all these ways. But there's like a where everybody's trying to like hot potato the pain. And some people have fewer options to hot potato the pain. But I think there's by and large a pain aversion, which to me, yeah, has largely for me been about a unwillingness to or fear of growing up, a fear of incorporation, a fear of facing our what is shared and then being bound up with each other in both our problems and our solutions. There's a deep pain aversion. And I find that we are given more and we request more and more ways of kind of avoiding that pain. We've been given and asked for it to be, even as we see terrible things happening, it is still produced as entertainment in a way that I think keeps the pain at a certain distance from us. And I feel disturbed by that. I feel disturbed by, we're like, okay, we'll witness pain, but we'll compartmentalize the pain. We'll put it in a little box. We'll make it, you can scroll, you can go from this to a cat video to a baby video or whatever it might be. It doesn't allow the pain to actually be felt if that's what we intended to do. We can sort of say, oh, I saw it, but I didn't feel it. I didn't let it change me. I didn't feel changed by it. I didn't feel involved. I didn't feel reflected. And I mean that for all of our pains, all of our griefs, all of our losses. It can be consumed but not actually connected to. And yeah, I think that is in general this culture of this. No, I won't. I won't. The defended self. I think a lot of us think that, I've been thinking about this more and more, having a child, that to grow up is to become a defended self. And that's what it means to grow up, at least in the society I'm in. It's like an adult looks like someone that defends their positions, that, refuses to incorporate, grow, learn, that kind of hunkers down into what they think they are and learns not to incorporate, learns not to change, learns not to reveal, learns not to feel our own pain or each other's pain. Don't look in the rearview mirror. That's how I grew up. Do not look back. You keep going. Don't ever look back. And most of the time, it confused me because I was like, you don't even have to look back. It's like it's right here. Everything's here. Everything that is asking for me to look is right here. I wake up with it. And if I looked, I noticed that, I do myofascial release too. I noticed this with myofascial release, that if I allow the thing to show me, to present itself, the content or the pain in my body, if I allow it to present itself without trying to attack it with meaning or attack it with, trying to make it useful or whatever it might be, the way that I try to control my pain. And this isn't true for all pain. There's all different kinds of pain. So I don't want to say that everybody's pain is the same, but I find this in my own body that when I let the pain do its work, something releases, something changes in me. When I'm not spending my life's energy fighting the pain and I allow it to do its work. I surrender in a way to it. When I work with people's bodies sometimes and I'm working with their fascia, I say, surrender. Let the body lead here if you can, because that wave will come and then it will pass, or it will intensify and you'll feel like it's unbearable. And some of that is just like let it happen, let it be, let it work on you. And once it does that, something in you has to change, because it's not just your muscles or your tissues, it's your whole idea of who you are that gets locked into place in the tissue in that way. And so that idea of who you are has to change too with the tissues. So that's a lot of the resistance that we feel. But yeah, it's a long-winded way of saying I think there's a deep aversion to pain that prevents us actually maturing, even understanding what an adult human is. And I have run towards the pain and learned a lot about pain that I can share with people. But now I'm also learning that I've suddenly grown uncomfortable with other things like relaxing or I have discomfort there. I have discomfort in relaxing or in like, I'm learning, actively practicing being held. That's where my discomfort is. And it feels almost, like stepping on a nail or something. It has its own physical, it can be excruciating. So I'm glad I've worked with pain to apply some of those principles there, but we can find it anywhere. We can find our stuck points anywhere.